Welcome to the first New York gallery exhibition for the late Abraham Lincoln Walker. Since debuting his work at the ADAA art show at the Park Avenue Armory last November 2024, the reception and reaction to his paintings has been overwhelming. It's not an overstatement to say that the discovery and introduction of Walker's work has been one of the singular highlights in the gallery's 25-year history. But when I saw this work, I had a visceral reaction to it because there's something deeply spiritual and deeply affecting about this work. What I'm learning more about Abraham Lincoln Walker, given his life as a visionary, fueled by his religious fervor early on. I mean, at the age of 7, he was an inspirational speaker at the church. So we know that even later in life, when he became disaffected with organized religion and attending services, he was still deeply religious. His son Link recounted him coming down off into the basement where his dad painted and seeing his dad on his knees praying. So I'm fascinated by the work, and as I learn more about the artist, I'm just very curious. And since these are still very early days, I'm quite confident that as his work becomes more known, especially around the St. Louis community, there are going to be people who knew him, who were aware of his artistry, and are going to provide us with more information. Remember, East St. Louis was a culturally very vibrant city, a black city. It's where Josephine Baker was from. He grew up a few blocks away from Miles Davis's house. Ike and Tina Turner were there. Red Fox was from there. But to imagine what it was like when Walker was a young man in the 40s and then coming of age before the civil unrest hit in the early 60s, I have a vivid imagination that is partly fueled by the anecdotes that have been shared with me of him hosting parties in his basement and going to other what they referred to as rathskellers throughout the city, where fellow artists and musicians would have parties and dance and hang out together. And it's a bygone era, unfortunately, at this point. It's just been tremendously exciting to delve further and further into this work, because every time I study one of his paintings, I see something that I hadn't seen before. And that's a gift that keeps on giving.